All right, this is the EiEi Podcast, episode 5.5, if you count the bonus episode. It's really just episode 5. I'm Jeff Compass. We are debating Monkey Ball 1 versus 2 today. Everyone else introduce yourselves. We have a new member today.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Will? I'm sorry, Greg.
Yeah, my name's Greg. I'm new to this.
Greg is the new member, actually.
I thought it was you, Jeff.
I thought it was Jonii.
Okay, who is it? Come on.
Come on!
All right. I'm William, and I edit and do a lot of stuff with Johnny's YouTube channel. And I've also kind of second-handedly become a Monkey Ball fan through his videos while I was working on them.
All according to plan.
Oh yeah, Johnny's converting me to him too.
Speaking of Johnny, I am he.
Hello, Johnny.
You are Jonii. That is correct.
It's very true. Nina?
Oh, it's me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Ninjastar Compass. You might know me. I'm that guy who plays Fortnite on Mixer. You might know me. I make videos as well. I've made one on the first Monkey Ball game, and I plan on making ones for everyone's, but that's a matter of time, obviously.
And last but not least, Craigbot. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Now recording.
Good job.
Now recording. You wonder if I can find that soundbite.
Now recording.
Well,
now recording.
That was really spot on. Be honest.
Thank you. Well, all right. So we're having a debate here, right? We're determining. There are two Monkey Ball games that
Johnny,
everyone
your
agrees.
opinion is wrong.
Shut up!
I disagree.
It just jumps right into it without saying what it is.
Well, I hate you.
Let's let the viewers figure out what we're debating about as we go on.
Well, there are two Monkey Ball games that are held in high regard over all the other games, which are Banana Blitz and Step and Roll. No, obviously 1 and 2 for the Nintendo GameCube. And we are going to be debating which one's better, which one has merits in particular areas, and yeah. So I think a good place to start would probably just be, the core game. 1 and 2 are interesting to compare here because 2 has a story mode, 1 does not. So it might be good to compare the challenge, the level designs, how they're structured, all that.
Yeah.
Anyone wanna defend or attack first?
I'll say this. 1 does not have Dr. Badboon, thus it is clearly inferior right off the bat.
Dr. Bubba isn't in challenge mode, so... yeah.
He is actually, you go to his base in World 10, so...
But he's not there.
If you believe in him hard enough, he might...
They're in the spirit.
Well, I mean, I believe that Dr. Badboon is everywhere, so, like, by that logic, he's also in Monkey Ball 1.
Shark codes. He might
Yeah,
be in there.
exactly.
Where's the play as Dr. Badboon code?
Only a matter of time.
I do think there's an interesting thing to be said there because you mentioned his base. A lot of people, a very hot point of contention, as you will no doubt know, among the Monkey Ball fan base, if you listen to this podcast, is the switch in aesthetics, in design between the older games and Banana Blitz and beyond. But I think something that's kind of interesting to note is that 1 and 2 are very similar aesthetically, but they're a little different. I feel like 2's got a bit of a more varied color palette, and it's a little bit brighter overall. Like, you see the amusement park, that shit wouldn't have been in Monkey Ball 1. Like, Monkey Ball 1's a lot more arcade looking, which I think matches the gameplay, which is why I think that Monkey Ball 1's challenge mode is actually better than Monkey Ball 2, because Monkey Ball 1, to get a very consistent skill-based arcade experience, whereas Monkey Ball 2, it starts off, like, I think a little bit too easy, and some of the harder levels are gimmicky because you get shit like switches where it's just like,
Okay, well, come on.
you just gotta try, like, a little like fuck you, bad game, baby game.
I can't even defend that.
Do you think from an aesthetic standpoint, just like starting out with the challenge modes, whatever, Well, 1 definitely, since it's following the arcade game, it kind of chose to use the similar like level themes, whatever. But I do think that like as far as like heat wave effects and stuff, like I feel like Monkey Ball 1 definitely utilizes that more than 2 does. Like I don't even remember seeing like a heat wave on Monkey Ball 2 at all. Like, you know.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
Like, is there that many shiny floors I can think of? I don't. There's probably exist.
I actually don't
remember
think they use
nearly
that,
as many.
No.
Actually,
As in
funny
Monkey
that
Ball
you
1.
mentioned floors. Actually, that is something that Monkey Ball 2 has over Monkey Ball 1 is that the levels actually have names, which I appreciate greatly. I might be the only one, but
Are you gonna sit here and
Like,
tell me that Expert Floor 7 isn't a fire name?
okay, that is a really spitting name for it. There's no other name you can give that that's just like more
Yeah.
intimidating.
They tried to give it a name
Funny.
in Touch and Roll, and it's just like, no, this is Expert Floor 7.
One interesting thing is that like if you look at 1 and 2 actually has progressive scan, so like just ignoring aesthetics, I guess you could. I think 2 to this day looks really good if you play it through like a Wii on component cables, where 1 didn't. You know, it still looks good, but obviously, you know, not being in 480p, I think I regard 2's levels. They just, you look at the backgrounds for like some of the levels, such as the lava level, and it's just so intensely detailed. Like I feel like the backgrounds are also just so much more detailed, and I don't know if I want to say creative, but more detailed. And there are
I will
some
say that
creative
2 does
designs.
have more depth in the background.
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
fair.
Monkey Ball
I
1
think
does
2
have,
has. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Monkey Ball 1 definitely has more simpler backgrounds, but I would say that like the visuals are more consistent.
That's
Monkey
true.
Ball 1 as far as like quality, because in Monkey Ball 2 there are good looking backgrounds, but there's also like Jungle Jade's background, which like if you look at like the hills in the background, there is some kind of odd texture work that doesn't like look that good now. Like the trees are just 2D textures and stuff.
But you can hit the washing machine in the washing machine world. All right, that isn't a texture. You modeled that shit.
What I'm saying is that like the backgrounds like they vary in visual quality. Like the washing machine world actually looks really good, but like you look at like, you know, I don't know, like the underwater area, and you're like, this doesn't look quite as good as like some other worlds in the game. As opposed to Monkey Ball 1, where it's like, although it is more simple, I do feel like you consistently all look about like the same quality.
Yeah. And I think Monkey Ball 1, Monkey Ball 2 is interesting because, and obviously I'm not going to say this is a bad thing at all, but Monkey Ball 2 I think goes a little bit more out there with level themes, whereas Monkey Ball 1, most of the level themes are like, oh, well, it's the grassland, or it's the water level, or it's the lava level, but they actually like feel unique for what they are in that regard. And sometimes they'll throw you an oddball like the monkey bar, which is the best level theme ever. Don't at me.
No.
Oh yeah,
Washing machine world.
the
is
monkey bar in the
best.
background is a monkey guitar
I
level.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It is a really good theme.
I was gonna say, is this about to be like the crux of the podcast is just arguing over which of the 2 best level themes in the franchise are the best?
But you got to give 2 credit for the creativity. Okay, you had washing machine, you had pot of boiling water inside of a whale. Come on, that's some crazy shit they had. I don't even know what they were smoking when they made that game.
That's true. Monkey Ball 2 just like, I was gonna say the level themes feel informed by the story, but I think it's like the other way around. So they just like have this absolute like crackpot story, and like the level themes are just like, it's just strange. Like some of them are just so out there.
It's almost like they designed like a world theme, like, oh, here's a bowl of stew or whatever in the middle of a forest. Like, oh, we gotta design a story around it. Let's have them try to cook the monkeys or whatever.
I'd
Yeah.
love to think that's how it went, because that is hilarious.
That-
They
it
were
does
just
feel-
like, Nagoshi-san, like, how do we work this into the story? He's like, fuck it, I don't know, shrink them.
How do we get him in a washing machine? Oh, make them go in his clothes and tickle the main villain to death. Like, what? What were they on?
Dude, to be a fly on the wall for that. Monkey Ball 1, like, it feels like that was just like, and this is a weird comparison, but I was just like reading about the development of this game last night. It's like, it feels like they were making like Mega Man 2, where it's like, okay, you have like 4 months just to like make a game, and they're not concerned about like oh, it needs to like, we need to have this big like overarching story or these really out there level themes. It feels like they just really like focused in on something simple, which I think there are like pros and cons to each in that regard. Which this is both aesthetically and from a gameplay standpoint. 2 is a lot more ambitious in a lot of ways, but I feel like that ambition doesn't always pay off, whereas 1 is a lot simpler, but as a result, it's a lot more focused.
That's how I feel about. Okay, so it's kind of a weird comparison, but I think of Monkey Ball 2 kind of like Tony Hawk's Underground, which I really like. Tony Hawk's Underground. It's probably my favorite, but I think that Pro Skater 3 is a better game because it just kind of mastered what it was originally setting out to do.
Right.
And it like kind of masters the formula in a way that like nothing else can touch.
Like it took the arcade's design and gameplay and kind of like refined it to be better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's no story mode yet, but it's like the levels are designed really well, and they just have like the foundation like completely mastered.
I gotta say this though. Comparing 1 and 2's challenge modes, I think 2 actually does have a better difficulty curve because look at 1's challenge mode. Okay, to go on expert mode real quick. Level 7 is the hardest in the game. It's a quarter sucker level.
That is a huge. That is a huge like.
Pacing of
flaw.
1 is really bad.
I had to download like a cheated save file to record more stages from past level 7 because I was stuck on.
I will say, I think the difficulty curve in 1 is good up until you get to expert mode, and then it's like as soon as you get to level 7, like from that point on, it's just all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Also, floor 15 can like not exist.
The late expert levels are easier than expert 7, or like that Sega
literally.
level. Oh my god, I hate the Sega level.
Oh,
I
with
feel
the
like the
logo?
learning curve is more fair, like except for with Expert 7. But Expert 7 definitely does dock points in Monkey Ball 1.
It's so weird because there's like that pre-release screenshot where it's like a master stage, and it's like, yes, it should have been a master stage. What is it doing as floor 7?
What's funny?
Well, it's a pretty obvious why, because in the arcade release, it would have been the quarter sucker level. Yeah.
Well, right.
I just don't know why they kept it like that when they put it.
They
in
probably
console.
kept it like that just to be consistent with the arcade version. Like maybe they feel like it didn't need to be moved after like experimenting.
Maybe.
What I like is how intermediate mode is like kind of like perfect. I don't know. It feels like everything's really linear and it really eases you into the more difficult side. Except for floor 15 is like absurdly difficult for me to pass.
Oh, that's kind of
on
true.
intermediate mode.
Which one is 15? Is that the one where it's like a giant like?
It's like rounded off, so it's like you keep. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a zigzag kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like really mind
that
your
one is kind of
momentum.
rough.
First time I've ever seen Monkey Ball played was when Jonii brought it over once, and that specific stage was like so difficult for us to pass that he wrote a song about it, kind of.
I did.
Oh my god.
Love
So
to
we
hear
have a
that.
song called Floor 15.
I'd have to dig it up.
honestly
I think
dope.
like that's the only thing lyric that's about it is just that the title of the song is Floor 15. But like,
Yeah.
me and Will's brother were like playing that game tirelessly, and Floor 15 just like it wasted like 4 of my continues, and then I like beat it, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna get any further now.
We could explore it at a different date, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are like flaws with the way that they kind of, I don't know, with the difficulty curve in the first game. Like a few little things like that were really screwed up because it prevents people from kind of making it further. So if it weren't for those two, I think there'd be a lot more going for the first game with that.
I do think that the first game has just a few stages that are particularly bad about that. I think the second game has only one example I can think of that's not as egregious, which is the stage where I forget the name. It's the one where the goal's in the middle and there's like a rotating thing and you have to time it just right so you can like sneak in, otherwise you'll get pushed off.
Right.
The rotating. Greg, you and I were just talking about it like a few days ago.
Talking about the level in Master where it's like the square
No.
things that spin near the goal.
It's like just in like expert mode or something.
It spins. Oh wait, are you talking about that one?
Is that you thinking of? The one with like the circle that spins and there's like holes in it. You gotta go for the holes.
That sounds right, but it's not in Master. It's the one with where the goal's in the middle, and there's like a spinning platform around it, and there's only like there's only like 2 holes in the platform. And
you're talking about expert extra 10, like the clock face level?
No, it's in the main difficulty, I think.
Mean orbiters? That's like squares that spin. That's not like.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to like find it. We might have to come back to that.
Okay, well.
Monkey Ball 1 does have its bad difficulty curve. I do feel like the quality of like the actual levels is mostly pretty good. Like I feel like it's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, as far as like just like the purely like just challenging based on like pure skill and nothing else, I feel like Monkey Ball 1 is the best in that aspect. Like. I do like how I have like floors from like previous difficulties, but kind of like made harder and put into like the later ones. It's like you know, like has like floor 1, but like in expert and advanced, it's like kind of like the same floor but like harder to kind of symbolize the difficulty.
I like when they do things like that where it's like, okay, we'll have basically an easier version of this level here, and like as time goes on, it's like, okay, I've kind of seen this, but I'm better now. They do that especially with the thin paths, because there's a thin path like beginner level 10, but by the time you're really good at the game, it's like that path is just pretty easy compared to some of the things you're doing in expert.
I used to have trouble with that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that beginner 10 is actually a precursor to expert 7, and there's one in between in advanced mode.
I think advanced 17 probably. I don't know.
There was an advanced level that's like exactly expert but easier.
Yeah, in fact in Deluxe it's called Exam A, B, and C, which is interesting.
Oh, so they like actually link them.
Like how advanced 20 is like polar, then there's like the extra stage is like polar voyage or whatever. The same kind of naming scheme.
I like at least that the extra stages are a lot better than in 1. 1 had not the best extra stages. They kind of seemed like a little off. And then 2 actually has really, really solid extra stages for beginner, advanced, and expert, and even master. I think they nailed it there. Like, you get way more levels than you got in the first game, mostly due to that.
I was going to add on to that too. I think in 1 they reuse the same extra stages a lot, which is stupid. 2's got that on you, okay? Don't hate on my boy too.
Well, one thing that 1 has against 2 is that 1 doesn't really rely that much on like stupid gimmicks like the switches level and stuff.
Yes.
Isn't like
it's very straightforward.
Like 1 being an arcade game kind of led to like the very like tight, quick levels. 2, you know, tries to have like more fun with it, so you have stuff like, you know, it's like stuff like the level where you have to like bounce up like the giant tower thing, like the high the different goal types, and then there's definitely like there's also a lot less warp goals in 1, so you definitely have to be a lot better at the game to continue.
I was gonna say there's a lot more stages that have that either make use of switches or just otherwise moving set pieces where you have to be very because there's stages in 1 where you have to be particular with timing, but I feel like 2 emphasizes that aspect a lot more, and sometimes it works really well, and then other times it's just stupid, like
where you're like looking at the timer.
Yeah.
2 definitely has a lot more set piece levels, like inchworms I can think of, or
arthropod,
organic form stuff, or like what is that one level where it's like the World 3 level I said is like the first level everyone taps out on with like the merry-go-round kind of thing. That one.
I don't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I think it's more fun, to be honest. Like, I feel like in 1, a lot of levels are just like, walk on this tight rope again. And then in 2, it's like, you get to a level like, holy shit, what is that? Is that an inchworm? I like that. I like that better. I don't know. I mean, I get the merit to both. 1 definitely is a lot more skill-based, but I feel like Joe Casual, like, someone who's not looking for an arcade experience, I think 2 is definitely better in that regard.
I will say I think that's something that 2 does do better than 1, is it does a lot better of a job of like
accessible.
Well, 1 being accessible, absolutely, which you can see in the beginner mode especially, but I was going to say it does a better job of like like ramping up the stakes, just like, because sometimes you'll look at a level in 1 and it's just like, oh no, that looks hard, whereas in 2 it's just like, what the hell is that? Like
I love that feeling, like getting like a level in 2 and you're just like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, right.
What
it's
is
just
this?
like, oh. Like the first time I saw Arthropod, I was just like, what? Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody properly even knows how to beat Arthropod even now.
No, it's a crapshoot.
A lot of levels in 2 where like I don't think anyone knows how to actually beat them. We all just follow the same speedrun strats.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
Like I've my strategy for Arthropod is I like wait for the clock to hit a certain amount and then I hold forward and pray.
Yeah, same. There's Master 4 is definitely like a that wasn't one of the ones I got to. I was like, what is? I had to look up what to do on that one. That was so whack. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the one where it's like,
Let me look it up.
there's like giant.
It's one of like made of like a bunch of cubes and there's like the 2 like pillars that go in it. I think.
Yeah, there's like there's like a bunch of pillars going everywhere, and you have to like not get hit. And you have to like do like weird like corner hops. Oh my god, I could not figure it out.
Hard levels.
God.
The other thing about that stage is that the speedrun strat for the green goal is actually easier than the normal goal.
No, it's hilarious.
2 has hard levels, but like 1's master is like virtually impossible. Like, so it's like, where do you
Possible
want
to get to.
The reason why Master 1 is really hard is because they expect you to get like really good at the game, doing expert over and over again for your reward. For
Even then, though, like I
beating
feel
the
like
extra levels that you would be prepared for by that point because you've gone that good at the game.
One thing I gotta give it to 2 for is being able to set how many lives you want to use, because it annoys me so bad in 1. Like I can't get to master still. I like that in 2. There's like that sort of there's more options. So if you're like not as good of a player but you still want to see the whole game, you can use that crutch. But if you want the pure monkey ball experience, you can still have it. So,
1 does definitely force you to get good at the game. Like, 2, is a bit more lenient for new players and does allow people to see more of the game at once.
Yeah.
It's lenient towards new
definitely.
players, but it doesn't punish like old players either. You can
1
still have that.
definitely, to me, 1 represents like old Sega a lot more. Like old Sonic games and stuff, like Sonic 2, where you kind of just had to play through it all in one go.
It feels, and I think to add on to that, it feels very Dreamcasty.
It adds the replay value for me because I like to be like, oh well, how far can I get this time?
Yeah, it's an experience that you can kind of, which is ironic because I think 2's more accessible, but 1 is something that's easier to approach to play casually, because 2 a lot of the time, especially with the addition of story mode, which I don't want to harp on too much. 2 a lot of the time can be like, okay, well, I'll save my progress and continue later, or like whatever. Whereas 1's just like, okay, marathon run. How far am I going to get today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could argue that Monkey Ball 1's has more replay value when it comes to like the pure stages, because in Monkey Ball 2, like you can just kind of get through story mode, and you'll get a bunch of play points, just kind of like brute force your way through the game, whatever. In Monkey Ball 1, you have to like continuously keep playing over and over again.
That's true.
See more of the game. You can't just like gather a bunch of play points and then ease it. Whatever.
I think Monkey Ball 1 does a better job of rewarding skilled players, whereas Monkey Ball 2, like, which is a good and a bad thing. Monkey Ball 2, it's easier to just unlock everything. So that's in a position where it's like, okay, it depends. Like, do you want to have to work and feel a sense of accomplishment to unlock things, or do you just want like, well, especially because Monkey Ball 2's got so much extra content, it's like, do you just want to mess with all the mini games and stuff?
Well, I will give you points for the usage of play points. We're much better in 2 than they were in 1, because 1 was basically just like continue using in the mini games, but like after that, that's really it. But like continues are kind of meaningless. Do you want to get the extra stages and get master?
2 gives you a lot more things to buy, which I think makes sense as to why they're a little easier to get. Which is nice.
Sorry. Well, go on.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Anything?
This is a mess. Oh my god.
Does anyone have anything left to say about the levels before we move on to music?
That's what I was gonna say. So.
Yeah, I think at least kind of going back where Monkey Ball 1 is like you kind of have to play through all the levels again. I feel like it's kind of interesting because I think they intended that to like kind of allow the players to teach themselves the most efficient routes to get through everything as fast as possible because they've like learned every single stage. Now it's not like they can just go back to their specific few stages that they want to work on or something. They can, if that makes sense, like you kind of play through all of them over again, and it lets you like really get good at getting your paths down on every stage, and kind of everything gets represented.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you play through like advanced or expert.
Yeah,
or even
I think
beginner, I
there's
suppose.
validity to that. I just finally found the name of the stage that I was talking about earlier, which is Reversible Gear, which is advanced level 12 in Super Monkey Ball 2, and I hate it so much.
It was terrible, yeah. I couldn't get past it as a kid.
Yeah, it's definitely not expert floor 7 levels of crap, but like it shows that the problem's still there in Monkey Ball 2, just to a lesser degree.
I feel like the
it's
problem
just
would be there more if you didn't have like infinite attempts on the story mode. Like I feel like there'll be more people talking about it. The thing is, the game kind of like lets you practice it more. It's a bit more forgiving.
Yeah, which
oh
I
my
think
god,
is another
Reversible
difference.
Gear, and I remember this one from, or I specifically remember when you were playing this on. Touch and Roll.
I was just telling Greg the other day, like the first time I played Touch and Roll, I was like, oh, this is pretty good actually. And then like Reversible Gear came up and I like almost shut the game off.
My memories of Reversible Gear were from Touch and Roll mainly. I played that one first.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more egregious there too, because you can't story mode it.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we good on the levels and structure?
Say so.
Did we talk about the aesthetics enough? Because I think we could maybe go over that
we're
more
good
if
on
you
that.
want
If
to.
anyone wants to elaborate on that, then yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if we need to. I think we might be good on that point.
Yeah, I don't really have too much more to say.
Music.
The music, I feel like one kind of has to take a fat L on the music side.
About to say, that's why I'm excited for it, because I know that me and Jeff get all the good points now.
There are some good songs, like I like Storm, I like the Ice World, but yeah, overall 2 is better.
Storm surprised me when I got to that, because like most of Monkey Ball's music is like rave music, and they get to Storm and it's like heavy metal. Like, oh god, yeah, that's intense. Okay.
I will say I'm not even gonna try to argue that Monkey Ball 1 soundtrack is better than 2. But I will say that Monkey Ball 1 soundtrack has some incredibly iconic tunes. It's very good overall. Like the
Monkey Ball
menu music, or not the menu music, the American title screen music. It just gets me. It just hypes me up.
One goes like Monkey Ball. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Sorry, that was a really bad imitation.
Oh, that's what they're saying in this song. Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. I think they're saying "Give me some," but I'm not sure.
I've never known. Like, it's just like they say words, but I don't know what those words are.
That's kind of off top. That's how it was. Never mind. Actually, it's a top for a different video. Don't want to ramble off here.
Yeah, I like 2's music more.
Yeah, that's about
Very insightful opinion, Will.
But one does have good music.
Yeah, I think it fits the vibe
it's
more.
not bad. There's not much music, but I feel like it's good enough to like kind of fit the gameplay and doesn't get old when it's playing in the background.
Yeah.
But nothing can top ocean music in 2.
That's
the most vibular music.
Vibular.
Vibular.
It's vibular.
Someone like sampled Monkey Ball once to make a rap song. Like out there, I don't know what it's called though.
They sampled Clock Tower, and I don't remember who it was who sampled it, but I know Nick Robinson did a video on it. I think it was a little Uzi Vert. Sure. Yeah, and it was Chase That Bag or something like that. Wild.
I will say that sample is actually badly used, but
Oh yeah, but
I haven't heard it. I'm not sure.
I would say that Monkey Ball 1 music is good, but I feel like Monkey Ball 2 music is better like as music that like, I can listen to like outside of the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
You said that
Mo-
to me once, and yeah, I agree.
Monkey Ball 1 kind of it definitely works. It gets the point across when it's in the background, but 2 is like music that can be enjoyed outside of. When you listen to Super Monkey Ball 1 music like outside of the game, it's like very crazy and
Yeah,
Like,
kinda
Kutu's
like-
Kutu's got a wider variety of vibes, whereas 1 is just constantly like, get hyped up. It's
Noise.
an arcade game. It's an arcade game.
It's definitely more arcade focused.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of one's
Intense,
music
though.
is more like what's the word? It's kind of like aesthetic, if that makes sense. Or ambient, that's the word. It's just very ambient.
Right.
And 2 is a lot more like melodies and like like Ninja said, you can just actually listen to it.
But I will say that the sand music is a bop, but yeah.
Yeah.
What music?
No, there's
Oh, the sand one?
There's definitely some tunes in 1 that I like love. Like I believe it's the ocean music that's just like it just gets me.
Yeah, but no one's gonna mention Monkey Billiards.
Yeah.
Dude, why is Monkey Billiards music so groovy?
It is so
I-
groovy.
I was playing that. I think you're talking about ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing that with my girlfriend, and it sounded like it was like a porno going on. You know, it was like, what is this? Why is this monkey music so sexual?
Your lights like dim by themselves. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
You know, it's just like Monkey Billiards.
The golf music in 1 is really good too. I actually
It
prefer
is
that
so
to 2's golf.
casual. It's like the definition of casual.
Yeah.
Not like in Junior when they recreated it, but it was like almost the same exact song in like every possible way.
I'm gonna take Junior using the music as a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
Monkey
oh.
Ball 2 doesn't have a Game Boy Advance adaptation. Eat that, losers.
It has a DS adaptation, so
Oh man.
That borrows from
Mike.
1!
I will say. I'm gonna say this right now because it's like probably the only opportunity I'm going to get to. Monkey Ball Engage, like the worst soundtrack in the whole series.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it has like, doesn't it only have like 2 songs?
Has the main menu theme, I think. It has the bonus one theme, and then it has like half of the jungle music repeating the entire game. So yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that
they also come
Engage's music is so bad means that by default Monkey Ball 2 loses this argument, and I don't know why.
I don't know either. But okay.
We'll work out the reasoning later, but right now
Yeah.
we're in the lead.
But no, I'd have to give it to number 2 on the music for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just way longer, and I think it's like way catchier.
Words of Ninjastar Compass.
Yeah.
One just takes a big fat L in a discussion. So.
One has
There is
like
also
10 total
more
songs.
music in 2, so
Well, yeah,
it's
it's just
kinda
it's
help
a
it.
bigger, wider soundtrack. What is next? Do
This
we
would
want
be
to?
the mini games.
Okay, well, hear me out. Hear me out,
Oh
because
god.
I already know what you're gonna say, which is that 2 crushes Monkey Ball 1 in terms of quantity, which is true.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I will say, I have a couple points in 1's favor. First of all, and this isn't so much of a point in 1's favor as it is a point against Monkey Ball 2. Some of the mini games that they added for Monkey Ball 2 are absolute garbage.
That's true, yeah.
Monkey Boat is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Acquired One in-
taste, okay? It's acquired.
It's subjective. It's subjective. But
Name one minigame from Monkey Ball 2 that holds a candle to any minigame in Monkey Ball 1.
The 6 that are from Monkey Ball 1.
Oh, yeah?
Duh.
And the new ones.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Monkey
it's
Baseball's
originals.
pretty good, but that's the best I can give it.
Monkey Tennis is fun if you're like 5.
I was gonna say Monkey Tennis is like the most like stereotypical tennis game in the universe, though. Like it's
Just
fine.
I'm
Probably
gonna
one-
be that guy. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on this are, but I massively prefer Monkey Target on the first game.
I
I don't. I like
agree.
2's better.
I don't
having
think
it
2's is
turn-based.
bad at all. Like I kind of go back and forth, but I prefer Monkey Ball 1's.
I think as a party game, like playing with other friends, having it turn based is like way better. Because then I don't get to like laugh at other people while they're playing because I'm also playing.
Well, that's
like,
part
too
of the
busy trying to
joy
play.
of playing Monkey Target to me is just like watching someone either do well and just being like, oh my god, that was really good, or watching them completely fail and just laughing in their face. And also I think that the target formations in 1 are a lot more compelling.
Yeah.
Will say that Monkey Fight is better in 2.
I will hugely agree with you there.
I feel like most of the Monkey Ball 1 minigames are better in 2.
Most, but
Yeah, but
not
the first game you
all.
can punch the camera.
Yeah,
The
so 1 is
improvements-
better.
There is improvements, but I don't know if they're necessarily like good enough to match like Monkey Ball 1 as far as like consistency among older mini games.
I'm gonna stop you all right there. And I agree with what Ninja said there, because I think that most of the mini games across the board are improved, but I don't think most of them are like this huge, like massive improved. Like they don't render 1's like awful obsolete versions or anything. But I will stop you all to just say, and I don't care how unpopular this opinion is. I need to get it off my chest. Monkey Golf 2 is complete garbage, and I hate it. Monkey Golf 1 is totally fine.
Honestly.
Well, Monkey Golf 1 is like supposed to be mini golf, so it's a lot more like, okay, yeah, par is this. It's like, it can be hard, but it always seems fair. In Monkey Golf 2, like all of the holes are just gigantic, and so I have to like do a massive hit on my ball across the entire duration of the map before I can even think about landing in the hole, and then it's just stupid precise. And maybe it's just because I don't play golf games, but I just don't.
Like
I just don't like it.
It's like
Yeah, I get
they
it.
accidentally modeled it like 3 times too big. Like I played golf games before and I like golf, but I don't know. I like Monkey Ball 1's approach with like how it's more. Since it's mini golf, it's more based on like rolling and hitting the walls and stuff, kind of like Monkey Ball. But number 2, it's like, yeah, let's just like throw our monkeys like way into the sky and hope that it lands somewhere kind of near it.
You bring
I
up a
will
good
s-
point there. I think. Sorry, Greg.
you're good.
I think that well, all of Monkey Ball 1's minigames I think are more based around like the Monkey Ball concept than Monkey Ball 2's are. But specifically, with the possible exception of Monkey Baseball, but specifically golf. Like golf in Monkey Ball 1, it's like, see, it's golf, but you know, you have to kind of you have to be mindful in the same way that you are in a game of Monkey Ball. Like it feels like it has a bit of a Monkey Ball twist. Monkey Golf 2 is just like kind of a shitty golf game.
Yeah, it's too big. I remember
Yeah,
the
like-
levels being.
Like the first game, the one in the first game is a serviceable mini game. It's not like amazing, but
Yeah, it's
number
fine.
2's I just don't really have any like need to ever play.
I have like no positive feelings towards Monkey Golf 2.
I remember liking it, but I was like 5, so yeah.
Well,
Monkey Ball 2
yeah.
Flash game has bad mini games, it loses instantly.
Exactly. The Monkey Ball 2 Flash game is bad minigames. That's all it is.
You're telling
But
me
yeah,
You
that
have
I can win?
endgames. Just kidding.
I think like I think other than that though, like Monkey Fight's improved. Billiards, bowling is definitely improved.
Bowling has those special
We got-
bowling types, whatever, with like the moving floor.
that's right. I hadn't thought about that. But it does have character stats. I
be
don't
real,
know why,
the-
but it does.
Mini
Johnny
games in
Monkey
1 and
Ring.
2, they both fail in comparison to Banana Blitz. There's no jigsaw puzzle. Where's
Well,
the
that's-
jigsaw puzzle?
This isn't outrage.
when I put a Monkey Ball game into my console and I go to the mini games, like I have a child and I had him play Banana Blitz and he loves it. He did the jigsaw puzzle every day for 10 years. I bought a Monkey Ball 2 and he put it in the GameCube and I left him with it, and he comes to me and he says, "Dad, where's the jigsaw puzzle?" And I go, "Oh, there is no jigsaw puzzle in Monkey Ball 2," and he cried like a bitch. Monkey Ball 2
How's
makes
that?
kids cry at loses.
I just
That
like
child
the
grew
idea.
up to be GregCubed.
That's the GregCubed origin story.
I like the idea.
You were
that
just
someone-
Greg before that, but then you were cubed.
There's a reason it's cubed. There's a reason it's cubed because it's the third Monkey Ball game.
Greg squared.
Like, I used to be Greg Squared, and until Tablets came out. Cool show.
Banana Billiards forever cubed you.
I will say that too. At least it has enough options where it's like enough to kind of waste your time, since that's kind of part of the reason of mini games. Like, hey, want to play some mini games right quick? Yeah.
I think one selection is more solid overall, but with two, it's like it still has roughly the same amount of good mini games, if not more. And like even if it adds bad ones, it's just like, well, you have more just shit to mess with. Like Monkey Boat is like fun to mess with once because it's like, what the hell is this? So it's like it's another option on the menu, and you have like perfectly serviceable but not great things like tennis and soccer.
I feel like my favorite out of the new mini games is probably like Monkey Shot. Like that one feels pretty.
Oh, Monkey Shot's actually really developed and fun. I would agree with you there. Monkey Dogfight's a little jank, but I also like that one. It's
That's what I was gonna say on that.
Oh my god, I forgot about Monkey Dogfight.
Why do you think they made Monkey Dogfight?
Make us suffer. Just kidding.
Well, that's the thing with Monkey
They started
Dogfight.
making more mini games.
A lot of the two games just feel kind of unnecessary.
I'd agree with that. There's a lot of filler. I really like Monkey Baseball, but like the other standard sports are just like the most standard variation of that sport that you can have.
Oh, here's soccer with Monkey Ball. It's like, okay.
It's soccer.
I just don't get why there's not any mini games that make use of the Wii Balance Board. That's what we really need, guys.
Where's well, Greg, you got to understand the Wii Balance Board wasn't out yet. However, the lack of GameCube microphone support is criminal.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was just no microphone support. Not a good game.
No Link
can't
with Junior.
I was gonna say, why can't you connect it to a Game Boy Advance and use it for motion control?
One thing that does kind of I found interesting was Monkey Soccer having like the monkeys be like the players instead of like you being like the ball or something. Just being like just soccer kick around a monkey ball. That'd be kind of funny.
That's a missed opportunity if I'm being honest. That's why I like Monkey Baseball so much. It's like
0 out of 10.
It's like you are just like being hit. It's fantastic.
The opportunity to hit a baby in Monkey Ball, so
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one thing I'm surprised that none of you oneers have said yet is that in Monkey Ball 1, there's actually a sort of fifth minigame with the, or not fifth, sorry, like seventh minigame with the whole, you can race the levels with someone else at the same time, which isn't in 2.
We haven't gotten the multiplayer yet, Greg.
Oh, my. I never thought about that. I'm surprised I never thought about that.
This video is structured in a particular way, and we'll get to the best part of the game when we get to it, Greg.
Okay,
that means that we can't
let's get to it.
Net play. We can't. Yeah, they didn't foresee net playing in the future.
Banana Crazy wins.
Banana Crazy was gonna be 8 players. That would have been bananas.
Land support.
Land sport, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wild. I wish that game came out.
Is there anything else to say about the minigames? I don't even know if there is.
No.
If you have anything to say, you didn't
we could talk about in-depth competitive strategies for Monkey Boat. You're 5. That's something you want to do.
Good. I think I'm good.
I'm good on that one.
You sure?
Esport.
Oh god, I couldn't imagine. Just people with gigantic thumbs. Dude.
Gigantic,
strong, fast thumbs. Before we keep talking about more thumbs, what should we move on to next?
Multiplayer, where Monkey Ball 1 takes a fat W with competition mode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Competition mode.
Yeah. 2 takes a bad L on that one.
You and up to 3 of your friends.
I don't know why they didn't.
Individual stages, points.
It especially feels weird they didn't bring that back in 2, because in 1 it's weirdly underdeveloped because you can only just like choose stages and not actually just go through like beginner, advanced, or expert, which is kind of
that would have been so much fun if they did that.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that in Deluxe, competition mode is only like Monkey Ball 1 stages.
Oh, is it?
Like, okay, well, they
That's
literally just took the
amazing.
mode and ported it over. Like, they didn't even do anything to it.
They were just
It's
like,
wild.
all right.
I wonder if there was some kind of like issue with that. Like if there's a glitch you could perform with 4 players or something that breaks one of those like
I mean,
moving
thing
Too
that-
platforms.
powerful.
the Rocks uses almost all the space on the PS2 disc already. I cannot imagine that would have been very feasible.
I
But
like how each character like gets like multiple shirts when you do multiplayer. Like if you choose the same monkey,
Yeah,
like
that's
two
actually
people.
Like I gets like a blue shirt and like a blue ball, whatever. Like you get like the different colored like monkey balls. It's kind of cool.
the problem though is if like they couldn't add that in deluxe because if you play Arthropod with 4 players on a PlayStation 2,
Oh,
like your
God.
PlayStation 2 will set on fire.
Yeah.
Like the PlayStation 2 can already barely run the game, like right?
Can't even load the sound effects
Could
when
you
the monkeys are
imagine?
rolling.
Yeah.
Like, you think
barely
you could just
just
add
handle the-
competition mode in?
It can
It's
barely
like-
handle like single player. I can't even imagine like 4 players split screen.
That
Like,
sounds
you'd have to
like
get a multi-tap.
you literally have to
That'd
buy a
suck.
separate accessory to play Monkey Ball at like 2 frames per second.
Seeing the same stages without like the reflection effects and like the water area is kind of weird though. Like in Monkey Ball 1, because they had to
Oh,
downgrade
it's
the
so
graphics or it's
weird.
weird. It's like this is wrong, but it's kind of
It's-
cool. Whatever.
It reminds me of seeing like in the PS2 version of Deluxe when you get to like the special stage and the effects from the floor are just completely gone.
Okay. Minor thing about Deluxe PS2. You know, like that one special stage in Monkey Ball 1 where it's like 410 or whatever of like expert, where it's like the one that's like a wave, whatever.
Yeah.
Deluxe, like not only is there no reflection on it, so it looks weird and like just jank. Like the wave is like wrong. Like the arena is also bigger, so it's just like a wave in the middle, which is like a bunch of blank space around the sides.
Oh jeez.
Just
Why?
So in conclusion, the PS2 version of Deluxe is the winner.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Technical achievement.
As far as not competition mode, I think they're literally the same. Multiplayer,
Yeah.
like, you know, 2 is more
Yeah.
mini games, but I don't even know if I count that as like a plus.
Yeah.
But you can
Big
play
old
Monkey
W.
Boat together.
We win, guys. We did it. Or, I guess,
No,
Jeff, but did it,
Junior's
Jeff.
competition mode also, so that's another W.
Oh God, does Junior have competition?
Okay, Duel, it's the multi-cartridge multiplayer mode.
Donnie, you're
Oh,
telling me
is
that you. I can't believe this. Does that mean that there's no way to play 4-player split screen reversible gear on the GameCube?
Shit.
No.
We gotta mod it into Monkey Ball 1.
Imagine P-Ball Jr. having 4-player competition mode though.
Oh,
Oh,
Not even like
God.
possible.
I can
It's
imagine
split screen.
2-player mode kind of hard to implement.
Again,
They split
Game Boy
screen
on
a
fire.
GameCube- on a Game Boy.
Ick! Split screen. Like, you use 2 Game Boy Advances, but like one of you has to use the D-pad and the other person has to use like the face buttons.
The 2
And you
face
have to
buttons.
share the same.
The
screen.
2. Yes, you
That's
can.
not-
You use tank controls.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dude, that would be awful. Oh.
Both at the same time to go forward.
Will it may be
Well,
awful, but it would be possible.
It would be. It would not be fun.
I want split
Now,
screen on the Game Boy.
Engage multiplayer.
Not ex-
screen. Yeah. And
Oh come on! You're telling me the N-Gage version doesn't even have split screen where you use the keypad?
yeah, it doesn't.
The 4 people, for literally the 4 people in the world who own an N-Gage, you can all meet up and.
I don't know how it works, but I
There's not
assume
enough
it's like
people on Earth.
I'd assume it's like text 8 to move forward. Something
Well,
like that.
no multiplayer at all. So yeah.
Yeah, they're like press the hang up button to go forward.
Little do you know that when you're using the keypad, it actually texts in the background and runs up your phone bill.
Just send like a bunch of random numbers. You're playing
I mean, I accidentally called my ex-girlfriend instead of beating Expert 7. Fuck.
you could
Again.
you could just hear like
You have your
she
SIM card
she
hooked up
answers.
to
She's like hello, and you just hear, "Come on, EiEi, you can do it." Fuck.
she is like,
Rapid like keypad tapping.
This is diverged very far away from
Monkey
debate,
Ball
but-
N-Gage wins.
but anyway, does Monkey Ball 2 have any points against Monkey Ball 1 in multiplayer? 'Cause I don't know if it does. at
6
all.
more minigames, but you know,
You
Just
can play
ignoring that
monkey
part.
soccer.
yeah,
That's
come
it.
on.
That's
So-
it.
I mean, that monkey baseball might be the only.
Monkey
Monkey Fight is
baseball
really
a
fun with
legitimate
multiplayer.
one.
He fights in the original.
Dogfight.
That's
Dog
true. Yeah, I would say monkey dogfight and monkey. Monkey actually has a couple because monkey dogfight, monkey baseball, and monkey shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
That's right. Give us that dub.
This
Could this
guy
potentially
just
be a
asking
dog?
for it.
I am. I'm asking for the dub. Come on. All right. So replayability. That's the final thing, if I'm mistaken, right?
Playability.
I was trying to think of something else, but like literally, there's nothing else. I think that both games are kind of replayable in a different sense because we've talked about how 1 is structured more like an arcade game and 2 is more like, hey, this is a home console experience with the story mode and everything. So I think
Covered
that
play points already.
Yeah, and it's hard to kind of like have any negative points against either one of them because they're both kind of designed to be like some of the most replayable games of all time.
well, right, exactly.
I'm gonna switch sides here for 1 second, to be honest. Because the
Greg
only point I
switching
had when I was
uniforms.
originally on 1. You're playing for score in games, which that's kind of the whole point of them because it's an arcade game. Playing for score in 1, it's like, normal. The way you get a high score is you play it like you're speedrunning it, kind of, but in whatever level has the most bananas, you lose all your lives there, just collecting all the bananas and then keep going in 1 life. In 2, you can have 99 lives. So if you want to get a high score, like in like the world, like leaderboards and stuff, you have to waste 99 lives getting all the bananas, plus all the lives you're going to accumulate throughout that. So even just beginner mode, if you want to get the high score in the world, you have to play for like 3 hours just on like 1 level, level 6, I think it is. So 1 definitely hasn't beaten that. It's just like lose 3 lives instead of like 150.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
I feel like there's more on the line when you're playing through it, so it gives like more of a sense of like, let's see how far we can get today.
Right,
Yeah,
it
true.
feels like you have to work so you can accomplish something.
But also on 2
Poor Ninja.
is the story mode. So I mean, we got that going for us.
That's true. You guys do have that.
I think
There.
if one is like a game of
I'm not sure how
then-
replayable it is, but yeah.
That's true. Because once you've seen the whole story, it's kind of like.
Right, but you normally, someone picking up 2 for the first time, would play the story mode first, and then have the replayability of challenge mode on top of that.
That's a
I'd
fair
say
point.
Yeah,
It kind of has that going for it. That's how my experience was. I spent years trying to beat story mode because it's so hard, and then you finally get to challenge mode. You beat that, and you're like, oh, I'll try challenge mode now. And you have like more levels that aren't in story mode that you can like experience. So you have like an entire another game after that you can pretty much play.
Yeah, I
very
think
true,
that
actually.
I think that Monkey Ball 2 is kind of like, well, here you can kind of experience these levels in a variety of different ways, whereas Monkey Ball 1 is just like, here's our game, you better be good.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my take on that. Jeff, you got anything else to help me out? Because I don't think 2's really got much else going for it.
I mean, I think 2 is replayable, but like, I don't know. If you look at it from like a speedrunning perspective, like, I don't know. 1 I feel like is not. I actually think 2 is more replayable, honestly, because
Yeah, I think so too.
1 it's like are you really gonna? I don't know. Like it's harder, but it's so hard to get to master, and I don't think it being harder inherently makes it more replayable because like I never really wanted to replay 1 as much, whereas 2 I just know I can kind of get through beginner to the end of master extra in an hour
Yeah.
or whatever.
Which is
I guess
Totally
that's
agree
kind
with
of
that.
It's
Two
kind
also-
of it's kind of the other way for me. When I try to play 1, I'm like, oh, I want to see if I can, or like, I feel like there's still always something to like conquer.
That's kind of true.
like there's
I will
always something to
say-
look forward to.
If I'm giving 2 1 point, it's that it has more extra levels. So, I mean, that'll give you a little bit more to do if you're good. But yeah, no, 1 I think 1 is definitely a little bit more unique for me that way. Because 2 is replayable in that it allows you to. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with the sentence. Somebody else take over.
I got you. I got you. I think what you're saying is Monkey Ball 1 is very replayable in the sense that if you're playing it like an arcade game, you can get, you can always keep trying to improve and get like a better score if you're speed running, better time. As 2 has not so much in like an arcade sense of replayability, but it's a lot more variety and a lot more content. So there's a lot more to do in 2 compared to 1, but 1 has very, very focused in what it is, and I think it's replayable in that sort of sense.
And at least still has that solid gameplay to back itself up.
Yeah, that's
very true.
Okay, so I will say 2 more things on the subject of replayability. 1 in 1's favor, and then 1 in 2's favor. Okay.
You dirty centrist.
We'll say I do agree with what Will said about like the arcadey kind of replayability, because I speedrun Monkey Ball 2 expert, still like suck at Monkey Ball 1 expert. Like I still can improve in that a lot. It really says more about like how easy Monkey Ball 2 is to speedrun compared to the first one. I feel like is better in that aspect, but I will say Monkey Ball 2 is a much better party game.
Oh yeah, because I suppose with replayability you got to take into account like all of the different ways that you can play it with people. Kind of ties into the last 2.
Especially with the life system, like I said, it's accommodating to any type of player. Like when I first played 2 or tried to unlock master mode, I limited myself to I think 30 lives, which is a lot more than 1 that you get, but still, I mean, I didn't use 99. I limited myself, and I did it. I got all the way through. So, or me, an expert, or master, I say, professional out here, flexing.
famous monkey master, Gregory.
Hell yeah.
This discussion seems pretty one-sided, right? Anyway,
one-sided in favor of 1.
There's too many puns. Monkeying around.
Okay, so, although we this entire time we've been comparing against just like challenge mode or whatever. To be fair, I do think that the final section of this should just be like, does 2's improvements over 1 as far as like a game as a whole like make it better overall? Because the challenge mode is better than 1. We kind of just brushed over all the other stuff. Challenge mode.
Yeah.
Stuff like story mode and like better camera and stuff. Like you could bring up that.
Oh, you know what's funny is I might be the only person I know who kind of likes the camera in the first game more, and I don't know why.
I do too, but I'm on 2's side, so I can't really admit that. So just forget I said anything.
I know,
like
it's
2's
really
better
weird.
personally.
It's really weird for me that I get to rotate the whole stage, but it's from like a raised angle or something. So it's not like perfectly centered like in the first game.
Right.
I don't know why that messes with me. I didn't even notice it until like we started working on the video for the second game, and I'm like, I've played the number 2 so many times. Why am I just now realizing this?
And then it just ruined.
And it kind of set me off of it. I was like, I like the first games more.
It's very noticeable playing back to back like that. But if you're just playing, if you're playing them kind of like a month apart, you don't really notice at all.
Yeah, I think that's very true.
But it like the second game's camera doesn't like, I guess, negatively affect the gameplay in any ways. It's probably seen as an improvement for most people, but for me, I'm just like not used to it.
The levels into are based around the new camera, so you don't know. It's not a detriment at all, just a little different. But it's accommodated, so it's fine.
Yeah,
I do think
like
2 might slightly be because it splits 16:9. That's probably not like a major reason.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's just kind of more modern looking.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, there's another point in number 2, I suppose, that I shouldn't be saying because I'm on the wrong side.
Stop!
But number 2 does have widescreen.
Yeah, let's go. Widescreen game.
Without incorporating mods and stuff, and it also has, like you guys were saying, it has progressive scan, which you don't need mods for. For the first game, you gotta like use like mods on your Wii to get that to work.
Man. And Monkey Ball 2 even has some of the UI in 16:9, unlike Super Monkey Ball Adventure, released 4 years after it, which is.
Oh my god! if we talk about all the ways in which Adventure is inferior to 2, like we would be here all day.
Yeah, that's a whole nother like.
That's a gigantic can of worms.
Monkey Ball 2 versus Adventure podcast. It's like 7 hours long.
Does 2
Adventure's the
have-
best game in this series. You hear like a glass breaking.
Who doesn't have King Monkey?
Can't
So
stop
I mean, who's superior?
Gongon having an original voice is dumb. I like it better when he sounds like EiEi.
There's no future EiEi worst game.
Exactly. You just get
Honestly, though.
crusty present EiEi.
Future EiEi, just Banana Blitz EiEi in a suit. We may never know.
Does Gongon really have
Really
AA's
mystery.
voice samples in Adventure?
Yeah, but they're pitched
Yeah.
down.
Oh, okay, that's not as bad.
And they
I
also
thought-
use EiEi's like assets when you're playing like in the top left corner, which shows you how many lives you have. It's EiEi's face. And I don't
Oh yeah, regardless of what character you're playing as.
I'm like, what
Well,
the heck?
no.
I do think that in challenge mode, I know on PSP the life counter I think is correct with what monkey you are, but I think the mini map is still.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
and-
mini map, regardless of which version you're playing, is always wrong.
And it's like the old art style too,
Yeah.
which is funny. I'm like, why'd you? Okay.
I think a placeholder they forgot to remove. I do think that the story mode, going back on topic, I do think that the story mode of Monkey Ball 2 is a big plus. I
Yes.
definitely should consider.
Yeah.
As far as casual play, like it's way way better of an experience than challenge mode is.
Yeah, I think that, like, I literally think, because I've been defending one this entire time, but I will say, I think that in terms of just having a story mode and have it, like, as a complete package, I think that 2 probably takes it. But I think there's a big part of me that prefers the challenge mode in Monkey Ball 1. I think going with a less arcadey feel benefited Monkey Ball 2 in a lot of ways, but I think that that charm is kind of missed a little bit.
One thing I like about the story mode is that like there's still a reason to play it, like even if like like you're a hardcore Monkey Ball fan, because there's like exclusive levels and stuff. Story
Yeah.
itself, but there's a legitimate reason to play it. Besides just
Yeah. Other than the fun cutscenes.
EE poo whatever. Like there's more reasons than
It's a
that.
magical spell, come on.
Named our podcast after it, so I mean, 2 just kind of automatically wins on default.
That shit.
Yeah, I got you there.
Oh, wait. But they got EE Poo from the song that was in the Japanese version of the first game. Check.
But is that in
mate?
first game? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So-
It's in the
so
Japanese
the-
version of the first game.
Are we Japanese? No.
I could be
not.
Japanese.
Definitely sure it's in the story of the first game, if I remember correctly. Like the spell
The first game
itself.
actually has a story, which is interesting,
And-
but only in the Japanese instruction manual.
Do we count
Yeah,
it?
it's a
I don't
tale.
know. I guess.
You can
It's a
count it,
tale,
but 2
come
still
on.
wins. So
Like, does anything have anything else to add to this, to the whole what 2 does better than 1 discussion?
Magical
Yeah.
spell is Poo.
Ow.
Whatever.
I
That's
think
all I have to say.
I think Jonii said it really well too. As a package, looking at it objectively as a package is a much fuller, or I guess inviting experience to everyone. But 1 still has its quirks with the more arcade style. So, I guess that's it.
I think that Monkey Ball 2 is better for the casual player. I think Monkey Ball 1 is better for the hardcore, like good as I can player. Like Monkey Ball 1's definitely.
I'd
better.
agree with that.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I will say that I think that 1 works really well as a pick up and play kind of game.
Yeah.
Like,
Choose.
When quarantine first happened, I had number 1 on hand, and they had their Wii hooked up. So I was like, oh, let's play this. And it was a lot of fun watching them try to fumble through the beginner stage for the first time. And then we played some of the mini games, and then that was it because it's pick up and play kind of title.
Yeah, I think 2, which is interesting because I think both of those games can be approached either casually or in a more hardcore way. But I think with 2, it is more catered to casual play, but it's catered to longer sessions. With Monkey Ball 1, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna play expert. But I also think that means it's very it's very catered to hardcore players because the levels are more skill based, so you can just hop in and be like, okay, speedrun time. Although
Yeah.
not to say 2's bad to speedrun or anything. Like I know that you guys literally do that. So
Yeah. But overall, I think I would have to give it 2. But I think that 1
Yeah.
is great as like a pick up and play kind of thing, where you don't need to invest a lot of time into a single session. But if you want to, you can.
yeah. All right, boys.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz for the Nintendo Wii is the best game in the franchise.
Next to step and roll. Of course.
Yeah, step and roll.
But then you remember about 3D, like
Oh, the king. Sorry, my bad.
wait, what about the iOS games?
Oh yeah, the
God.
one that's literally just like throw a ball at like colored dots on like a board.
Yeah,
That was a
Monkey
fun
Ball.
one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Monkey Ball Bounce, dude.
Yeah.
Best game. Well, all right.
So good that they had to remove it from the App Store.
Yeah,
It was too powerful.
people were getting
Couldn't be
too into
handled.
Monkey Ball and they were going broke, and it was starting a recession. A Monkey
say
Ball
they
based
were,
recession.
We can end it on this. I guess you could say they were going banana crazy. I'm gonna go and hang
Can we
myself
throw in,
out.
Can we
But
can
Super
we
Monkey
throw in
Ball
like a
2
yeah
Sakura-
sound effect from like
Yeah,
Super
Get
Monkey
sick
Ball
of-
2 Sakura Edition.
disgusting?
I like how they felt the need to name it Super Monkey Ball 2.
Super Monkey
No,
Ball.
right.
Shadows
That's
of
the
Doubt.
one we're talking about, isn't it? That's the Super Monkey Ball 2 we've been talking about this whole time, I thought.
Yeah, the
Next
best
podcast
game.
will be Super Monkey Ball 1 versus 2 Sakura Edition.
Banana Blitz versus Banana Blitz. Same game.
Just comparing it to
God.
itself. Not even the HD version, just itself, just SD.
It's like
Monkey
let's compare my copy of Banana Blitz to Greg's copy of Banana Blitz. Now, as you can
Johnny's
see,
copy has an extra second on loading, so
Yeah,
You know,
Johnny has
as you
some
can see,
scratches
there's
on
a,
it.
as you can see, the package has a slight nick in it, which is a point in Greg's favor.
It's all,
Oh, yeah.
but Greg used off-brand toothpaste when he tried to buff it out.
John used that creamy, buttery toothpaste.
we both own the game, so we both took an L.
That's- yeah, we both spent money on a bad game.
Most people lose, but it's not a draw.
There's no winners in Banana
It's all
Boats.
winners, blank, losers. Both.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that the final consensus is that Deluxe is better than both of them. We win.
But not the
We
PS2
can go with
version of
that.
Deluxe.
So yeah, I changed my team. I'm actually in deluxe now.
But
You guys
touch
went on
and
Deluxe the
roll.
whole time?
But touch and roll.
Yeah.
Let's end it with Jeff singing the national anthem.
All right, Jeff, the floor is yours.
I don't know the words.
It'll end right there.
I poo, I poo.
I poo.
Monkey Ball 1 is better than Monkey Ball 2.
That is simply not true.
That's good. That's
Okay,
a
that's it.
good, that's a good sign off.